Hi everybody! So, you already saw the pictures that started before this little thing, but the reason why I showed pictures was because today is my husband's birthday. He was downstairs in the living room, which is right next door to the kitchen, watching his NFL highlights for the week or what have you. I don't know. But I didn't want to get a copyright strike, and then they took down the whole video because I really, really wanted to share the cherry Jubilee crock pot recipe. And I know the lighting is way off. Let's move you over here and hopefully that might help. So you saw the picture that I took of the recipe. Now the recipe calls for a little gnat. You guys are all crooked here. Let's move you a little bit. Anyway, the recipe calls for a, I know I should have had this all adjusted, an 18-ounce yellow cake mix. I looked everywhere, couldn't find 18 ounces. I found 14 ounces. And the first time I made this, that was just fine. Basically, you're just making the crust from the cake mix that goes on top of the cherries. So I don't think it really matters. Now, I did still put the 2 cans of cherries in the crock pot and everything. I cooked it on low for, it's been about 3.5, 4 hours now. I didn't really time it. I'm just kind of looking off of, going by looks. So I'm going to flip you around. We'll open the lid and I'll show you what my cherry Jubilee crock pot dessert looks like, okay? Alrighty, so, ooh, look at the steam. It's very, very warm. My crock pot tends to, see, it's on low, but my crock pot gets really hot. To me, low is like cooking on high. High is like putting something to a boil. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. But look at that. Oh, it just browned so well around the edges. The camera almost makes it look burnt, but it really isn't. It's more of a kind of like a brown sugar kind of look. And can you see it bubbling right there? Oh, just like it just came out of the oven. So let's flip you back around here. I am going to get a bowl. I'll just dish some up and you guys can see what that looks like. It's very, 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 very simple recipe. Very simple. As you saw, it only takes 3 ingredients. You don't even mix it. You put in the cherries, you spread them out on the bottom, you sprinkle the cake mix on the top. Well, you get it all covered with the cake mix, and then you drizzle your melted butter on top of that. So it's, and that melted butter could probably be optional as well, and you can use margarine, but I am going to scoop some up here. And oh yeah, oh, this looks so good. The first time I made it, oh, I just loved it. It tasted so good. You could even, if you've got a family member who has a sweet tooth, because sometimes canned cherries can be a bit tart. You can sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top of it, you know, just to kind of give it that sugary type flavor. But here is what it looks like. It just looks like a cherry cobbler. Now I have to let this cool off before I actually taste it because it's really, really warm. Now, if you have crock pot liners, I highly suggest you use them because around the edges, you know, the syrup from the cherries will cause it to kind of scorch. Not scorch, but it'll stick to your crock pot really bad. I hate to scrub a crock pot, so I don't. I use a liner. That's the best way to go. And I got some on my hands. My hands are a bit sticky. Ugh. And then after it's cooled off and everything, I just scooped mine into a Rubbermaid container, Tupperware. You could even put it in a casserole dish if you wanted. Trying to keep most of the crust on the top, and I refrigerated it because we won't eat all of this. It'll take us like 3 days to eat this. And if it was a normal cake, it'd be okay. You know, you just leave it covered on your counter. But with this having the fruit, also, I just feel safer keeping it in the fridge. And then when we wanted a serving of it, I just popped it in the microwave for about 25 seconds. Got it, you know, kind of warm. It also suggested that you serve it with vanilla ice cream or whipped topping. I didn't do that, but like I said, I did try a serving of it with a little bit of sugar, just granulated sugar sprinkled on the top before I reheated it, and that gave it a good sweetness, kind of helped with the tartness that the cherries have. And now your cake batter will not be crispy like a normal Jubilee. Well, I'm thinking more of a cobbler. You know how when you make a cobbler, your crust gets kind of crispier, or like a apple crisp type thing where we substitute the apples for the cherries, how the coating, the sprinkles, it's kind of got a little bit of a crisp. This one is more of a, what would you call it? A cake type substance, really, is what it reminds me of. It's still way too hot for me to eat, I'm sorry. It tastes great. I love it. If you like cherries and yellow cake, you're going to like it too. But it's very simple, very easy to do recipe. I would feel confident for a child to make this. You know, like if you've got your grandkids over, they're 6, 7 years old, and you're trying to teach them how to read recipes, this is a perfect recipe for them to read and to do. You know, like 2 cans of cherry, you know, pie filling. You know, you open the can for them, they put it in your crock pot. A package of yellow cake mix, you open the box for them and they sprinkle it. The melted butter. You pop your butter in the microwave for 20 seconds, get it good and melted. And providing that the bowl isn't hot, you let them sprinkle that on. Then they can also do the controllers on the crock pot, you know, to low, or if you want to hurry up and get it done, to high, you know. Put the lid on, and it's an easy, simple recipe that a child could do. Now, I don't know if I'd feel confident with them doing any kind of recipes without adult supervision. Now, at preteen, 12, 13, yeah, if they said, hey, Mom, I'm going to go make a cherry Jubilee in the crock pot, at least my 12-year-olds, I would have said, okay, you know, I'd been okay with it, you know, because by the time they're 12, they know how to do a crock pot, or I mean a can opener. They know how to use the microwave. And the crock pot is kind of self-explanatory, so, you know, if they were to walk up to me and tell me that when they were like 12, I'd feel fine with. But like I said, if you like cherries and if you like, let me get a better picture of this bowl because it looks wonderful. Don't that look good? Now I got a little bit right there. Don't pay attention to that. But don't that look so good? Yeah. I love that. And you can still see the steam. Well, you guys might not be able to, but I can. That's why I can't really take a bite of it right now. One more shot. And see how the cherries just kind of pool there? Yeah, that's the best part. The best part. And then I'm going to span over here one more time for the recipe. This was a very, very simple, easy peasy recipe to do, but it tastes really great. You could maybe even, I don't know if you could double the recipe for like a large amount of people, mainly because you have to be able to, you don't want like that much cake mix at the top. It wouldn't really get done very well. You might be able to do it in the oven, like put it on 350, make a cake pan, and double up your recipe that way. Do a cake pan or a casserole dish of some sort. I don't know. That would be an experiment for you guys to try. I wouldn't see why it couldn't be done. But like I said, that's an experiment for you guys to try. I don't really know. I myself, anything I can do to keep from turning on my oven, I love. I love my crock pot. I do. I need to try out an Instapot. I'm not sure if I would enjoy that one or not. Maybe this spring, this coming up spring, I might check into it because, it's going to be warm and stuff like that, and you don't want to heat up the house if you can keep from it. But yeah, that's one of the recipes. I think I am going to try one of the chicken recipes from this book. Okay, I hope you guys don't mind me taking pictures at the very beginning of this video, when I was putting it all together and everything. But like I said, it is Scott's birthday, and I'm not going to kick him out on his birthday. The poor guy had to work today. So, I was going to let him watch as much of his TV as he wanted to. And I hope you guys understand. But it's his birthday, So, I just took snapshots at the very beginning. He's already at work now, so I was able to, and I knew by the time this got done, he would be at work, so I'd be able to actually talk to you guys. So, I guess that's about it, everybody. If you try this recipe, let me know in the comments below, or in another video in a couple of weeks. Say, hey Lisa, I know it's your Walmart haul, but I wanted to let you know that Cherry's Jubilee was pretty good. It may not be a recipe for everybody, but I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy it. And like I said, it's an easy peasy dessert you can make without heating up your whole house. It would be a perfect dessert during the summer. Okay, I'm going to get off here now. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. I love to hear from each and every one of you. Bye.